making sure everybody hears and see me well. Hello. Starting Pranic process online day 2 here in magical Romania. I'm so happy to be with you all with these awesome sounds. We announce the beginning of the second webinar and also the topic of today, which is mind mastery and how to manifest. How to manifest your best, your highest wishes, but also how to manifest the best outcome, which might be different than your wishes, but can be very powerful. So the power of manifestation, we've been taught it resides in our minds, right? Everybody taught us so, that our minds are key to manifestation, and we manifest through our minds, with our minds, and so on. Well, there's a truth to that, of course. I mean, everything is within the mind in some way, but there's a higher truth than this one. And this truth is that there's a very high importance of how clean and how detoxed your body is. So for manifestation, not only the mind matters, but also the body. So everybody who tells you that, you have to focus your mind, you have to train your mind and so on, that's really true. And it's a very big part of manifesting, because the mind is the seat of creation, but you create it in your mind and then you manifest it through your body. And therefore the body has to also be detoxed, harmonized, healthy, in order for you to manifest beautiful things. Otherwise there will be distortions. I mean, you've seen, of course, and many people, when they think of manifestation, they think of abundance first and foremost, because that's what most people lack, or think they lack, of course. So, and some might object that, well, there's very rich people that are very unhealthy, so they don't have a clean body, they don't have a very spiritual life, and yet they manifest pile of money. Yes, they do, and I cannot argue with that, but I can tell you that when you look at a person and they're very rich and they're manifesting piles of money, that's just one aspect of their lives. But if you look at their whole life, their degree of happiness, their degree of harmony and family and relationships, their degree of connection to the universe and so on, you will see that there can be imbalances there. So it's not a full manifestation, it's not a full richness. Richness can not only be measured in the amount that you have in your account. Richness is your overall state of being, and many people feel rich, as you know, without having large sums of money. Personally, I have nothing against that. I love abundance, and I have nothing against money. I don't think they're evil. I don't think the root of all evil is money. I think the root of all evil is what some people are willing to do for it. It's a very big difference. So I'm going to just say it again, because people say, well, money is the root of all evil. I don't say it's the root of all evil. The root of all evil is what some people are willing to do for money. So that's a big difference. If you lose your health for money, that's imbalancing. If you lose your integrity for money, that's an imbalance. If you lose your life, which means the precious time that you have to be alive, and you work instead of living, or overwork instead of living, that's when you lose life, and then money is of no value, because you don't have time or happiness enough to spend it. So then we just shifted the whole perspective of what richness is, and personally, for me, I feel rich when I'm healthy enough to do what I need to do and what I like to do. I feel rich when I have enough to do what I like to do, and when it comes timely, when it comes on time, when the abundance matches the moment that I need to be doing a certain trip or certain um, investment or whatever it is necessary. I feel rich when I have my friends around me and I am able to have quality time with them. That's a true richness for me. And I feel rich when I'm able to give gifts to my friends and to create beautiful moments with them. I feel rich when I am surrounded by good energy. For example, out in nature, there are people who feel rich in large cities, like New York or Hong Kong or whatever. But there, I am suffocating, and I do prefer the richness of nature, the most pristine landscapes with the most beautiful energy. That's when I feel really rich. So see, there's many aspects of richness that do not include um, necessarily the amount you have in your account. I feel rich when there's large amounts of energy streaming through my body, a high voltage of energy streaming to my body in the right proportion, in the right um, rhythm, in the right uh, timing, so that it doesn't only upgrade my body but everything around me that I touch. That's the utmost richness, and that's available anytime. You don't depend on external resources, it's just flowing. So you see, you can be rich in many ways. At least from my perspective, I feel rich when I self-pamper, when I give myself a massage with a nice oil, or when I take care of my beauty, or when I take care of my health. That's what makes me feel rich. Regardless of the amount in my account, I can still do something nice for myself. For example, I just had a beautiful foot bath with a salt and essential oils, and that's not expensive, but it's very luscious and rich, and it detoxes my system very well. So there's many ways in which people can be rich, in many ways in which you can feel abundant, and it's your decision what makes you feel abundant. I recommend that you make a list of the things that make you feel abundant, and then start doing them more often, so that you can feel abundant more often, right? And then with manifestation, I'm going back to that because that's the topic of today, and that's supported by a beautiful ascended master called Saint Germain, the master of immortality, but also of manifestation. He was manifesting gems for his friend in the palm of his hand. He was manifesting, of course, venues and whatever he needed for his journey, and he's the master of the violet flame, which is the very ray of richness. And he has proven also the mastery of the abundance of time, because he was able to appear several hundreds of years with a very youthful appearance. He never seemed to age, right? And he was never seen eating in public, which was weird for his friends, but they were saying that he was only eating at home and a small quantity of oatmeal somehow. So he was very special in that aspect, and he is mastering the capacity to manifest at a very high level, but also to master his mind. And he's talking about the importance of mastering our thoughts, and the affirmations that we make, and everything related to that, the importance that these things have on the quality of our manifestation. And to that, we add the importance of our body and emotions. So there's 3 portals that contribute to manifestation. One is the mind, of course. So what you want is already available at a higher level. That's why you want it, because it's already there, and you're tapping into it, and you like the frequency of it, and you say, oh, I would like that, right? So that's the first step, your ability to tap into something much bigger or much more beautiful or much more abundant. That's the first step. It's connecting to your higher energy, to your higher self. Then second step is the ability to imagine it, which is created in the mind, right? You are imagining it through the mind, and that's when the mind has a very high importance, because that's the portal, the first physical portal through to manifestation, right? It comes into your mind, and you start imagining or visualizing it even better, and it on some level it starts entering the physical realm. So it's starting to be created here. And if you don't pay attention at that level, you could hijack yourself, by on one level thinking you would like that, and on other level, at the subconscious level, thinking, oh, I cannot have it. I would never have I ever, and so on. And once you tell yourself these things, you diminish the effect or the power of your imagination, the power of your drive, the power of your manifestation. So it's lowering, right? It's lowering the power of creation of the initial thought. Once you start hijacking it with the never have I ever, it downgrades, right? So monitor yourself when you start desiring or imagining something, not to block yourself with your own negative self-talk, right? It's very important. And about the negative self-talk, the other portal, the third portal, is the realm of emotion, or the emotional body. It's even in your energy structure, it is that way. It's your higher self or spiritual body, then it comes into the mental body, and then it comes into your emotional body. If you're in your emotional body, you have negative emotions about that experience of some sort, for example, let's say you want to manifest a trip to a certain place, but you've had a negative experience in a previous trip, so you connect those things, and the emotion is stronger than the desire, then the emotion of negativity will hijack the manifestation of that thought, and will diminish the quality and the power of your initial imagination, and you'll end up not going in the trip, right? So mind your emotions, see what type of emotions are related to a certain desire, what type of thoughts or subconscious weaving is happening when you are starting to head towards goal, and start to heal at the emotional level. If you see yourself having negative emotion, negative self-talk of some sort, just start to work. That's a very good opportunity for healing. Actually, the more you want things in your life, the more opportunities for healing you have. If you can't manifest something, that's an opportunity for healing, because you start asking yourself why you're not manifesting it, and then you're starting to heal that aspect in your life, and the emotions connected to it, and the negativity connected to it. That's a very high opportunity to heal. Instead of not wanting anything, that brings no change in your life. You're staying the same, you're not creating any. Basically, wanting or trying to manifest is using your ability to create, using your co-creative capacities, right? And I do not necessarily reside to the non-attachment or a lack of desire that is recommended in the Tibetan Buddhism, for example, because that's only happening at a very high level of consciousness. And on that level, it's all fine, nice and good. You've already overcome your human cravings and the human nature, and you are already evolved. But until you get there, in order to evolve, you use desire, you use drive, you use the life force invested in a certain direction that it's a bit higher than where you are now. And once you invest life force or energy in that direction pulls you to a higher result. It pulls you into an upgraded energy, and you do the steps that are necessary to be done to get there. The healing, as I said, or some changes in your life, or some cleaning in the house, or whatever shifts in your relationships, whatever it's needed for you to move into a new state, right? If you don't have any desire, or you're in a flatline type of life where you don't even dare to want for more, then you're not driving yourself into a higher direction, you're not moving yourself into evolution, and you're stagnating flat white on your ass, sorry about the term, and there's no evolution there, right? So try to look for things that will make your heart sink. Try to look for things that would make you want to evolve. I'll give you an example. When one person enters a relationship that they really appreciate, with a person that they really appreciate, have you seen people change radically when they meet a person that they really appreciate? Well, that's because they are starting to aim for more. They are starting to want things that I didn't want before. They are starting to want to be better, want to go into a higher vibration, basically. And that's when evolution begins. And you see people changing their diet, changing their lifestyle, changing their way of thinking, changing everything, the living place and everything, based on love, based on falling in love with a person, based on wanting to be with someone that their vibration is somewhere higher than the person's vibration. So you start to evolve by wanting things sometimes. You start to evolve by co-creating with the universe and by wanting to manifest. That's evolution. And don't talk yourself out of your desires. Don't talk yourself out of your dreams. Don't talk yourself out of where your heart calls you. Because where your heart calls you is your next step in your evolution, is your next step in your growth. And by talking yourself out of it, you're basically stagnating your energy and downgrading your life. If you want to upgrade your life, try to up-level your game. So the level of emotions and healing the negative emotions and the negative self-talk, very important step for manifestation, as I was saying. But I created a bigger context on this so that you can grasp on it better. So that's the third level. I was saying first level is the spiritual level, the spiritual layer, then the mind level where you're starting to imagine and create it, the emotional level where you may have beautiful positive emotions about what you want to create, but there might be negative emotions of what you want to create or fears, and that's where the healing needs to be done. And then it enters, this energy of manifestation enters the physical level, which is your body, and it starts downloading into your body. And if the body has blockages and is not healthy, or it has too many toxins, or it has anything blocked anywhere, the process might be slowed down. That's why when some people want to manifest something, they notice that with fasting it works better. Because for some, your digestive system is unblocked, the toxins are flushed out, everything works faster, your vibration is faster and higher, and therefore the manifestation starts quicker. So that's a good tip. When you want to manifest something, do some cleansing, or join our process and be 8 days with us on lighter diet and high energy, and you'll see how your manifestation is increasing. I've seen people manifesting health in just 8 days, where they were diagnosed with a very threatening virus, for example, the past 3 years, and they healed completely. I've seen people manifesting new jobs, new relationships, new lives. Why? Because they lightened up their diet for a few days or more. Some stayed in a lighter diet for a very long time, and they detox the mental and emotional system, the other two layers for manifestation. That's really, really important. So I'll just give you some examples with the importance of the physical body. I've seen person needing to manifest something, and her abundance was blocked for quite some months, if not years, and she was suggested to do enemas to unblock her colon, her digestive tract. And for a while she resisted, because she didn't find that appealing to put water up her colon. But at some point she decided to do it. The first enema she did, her whole abundance unblocked, and clients started calling, and her finances got balanced just by detoxing and unblocking a certain area that was holding her back from, downloading that money energy into her reality. How simple was that? If we all knew that, we would all flush toxins down. But not for everybody is the same thing. Some people had their liver blocked. They did a liver cleanse. Abundance started flowing. Why? Because that organ was holding certain emotions, certain blockages, and certain even matter that was stuck there, like gallstones, that was really blocking the flow of energy in their bodies. Some other people I've seen, they cleanse their lungs, the mucus in the lungs. Very important. When the energy starts flowing, sometimes I got that myself in the past, because I had a lot of sadness in my lungs. And at some point, especially around big holidays like Easter and Christmas, when more energy started to download, I would have pressure here, and there was the necessity of cleansing a lot in this area, right? Because that's what was blocking the energy from flowing. So there's many things like this that we need to flush out, basically out of our bodies, to raise our vibration and allow manifestation to come. Cleansing the nose. There's a yogi technique. It's not only yogi, everybody uses it now. With salt water, and you put a little Himalayan salt in very clean water, like spring water. If you have, don't use tap water with all the chlorine and fluoride and all that you have there. But spring water or clean water, warm it up, not hot, but warm, at body temperature or a little warmer. Put some Himalayan salt in it and pour it down your nostrils, left and then right. There's special vessels that you can pour, or I just use a cup. I can use anything right now because I got 10 years of experience in this. You just pour it down one nostril. When it unblocks, the water will come out the other nostril, and it unblocks your whole head, your throat, and clears all the way down to the root chakra. It's a procedure that yogis used to use before doing yoga or breath work, and it's essential for breath work because you need to have clean sinuses and clear nose to do correct breath work. But you can use it. I use it after therapy to cleanse my system. I use it after I go in a big city to clear my nose and throat from the pollution in the cities. There's a big difference in how my head feels here and nose when I'm in the mountains and how it feels after just one day in the city. I clearly feel the nostrils and this portion being cluttered, and I need to do the saltwater ritual. Very simple to detox the body, right? I'm using now this cup that is making hydrogenated water. It basically, you put water in, you push a button, like this, and it starts doing, it has a blue light that clears the water if necessary, and clears the cup as well, it self cleans, and it puts hydrogen in, extra hydrogen in the water. You see little bubbles going up like this in the water. It's happening that it so happens that the hydrogen is the smallest molecule, and it travels into all the areas of the cell, and it heals the cell. It repairs the DNA, especially for those who had the effects of the previous virus, is very useful. I had it too, and when I started using this cup with hydrogen water, I started to have clear effects of my DNA being restored and healed. It's really, really powerful. So hydrogen water is essential for healing, but also for upgrading your energy and cleansing your system. At the first days of the usage, some have had some detox system, some detox symptoms, sorry, but very mild. And then the system started to self-clear the toxins in the cells, the hyperacidity in the body, because the body is usually naturally acidic because of the food people use. So once you use this water, you alkalinize your body because it's alkaline water. It's ionized, and it heals many things like liver, lungs, kidneys, digestive system. Those with IBS or any irritation in the bowel, it's very good to use this water. Those who are juice fasting or are just naturally on liquids and they sometimes get bloated, this solves the issue. I'm on that stage of being mostly on liquids, and I got bloated from even eating a peanut, right? Because my gut bacteria was very different because I didn't use many times the solid food. When I started using hydrogen water, the body became more alkaline, the gut bacteria became healthier, and it started to be much better with anything that I had to digest, right? And the good thing is it also has an inhaling system, so you can plug it in to the bottom of this device. You pull out this one and you plug in the inhaling system, and you can inhale hydrogen. I just started to do this a few days ago because I'm just still checking the function of this device. And once I started inhaling hydrogen, the whole system, my whole head cleared. I got very much restructuring in my frontal lobe and third eye. I clearly perceived restructuring there. Any fogginess or unclarity went away, and the more I do it, the more clear my head is. I had an already clear system because, of my diet being mostly on fruit and juices, because of my lifestyle and breath work and so on. But I can tell you, there's a big difference after just 2 or 3 days of hydrogen inhalation. As clear as my system was, it still felt a big upgrade after this. And I'm imagining that people who have sinus problems or nose problems or stuff like this, or even headaches, I'm guessing it would be a great benefit. So those of you who need that, I got a link from the ones that I bought the bottle from, and I can place it in the comments, and I can also place it in my bio. It's not now in my bio if you're watching on Instagram, but you can text me, send me a direct message, and I'll just send you the link where you can get it. There's some people in Romania importing this device, and they even get me some discount, so I can give you that discount if you want, and you can just use it because it's really, really beneficial. So that's another way of detoxing and upgrading the energy of your physical body that impacts your manifestation greatly. I've noticed my ability to work and focus has increased since I've started this hydrogen water consumption, and especially since I've started doing the hydrogen inhalation. So I've done a lot of types of detox in my life, for the physical body, for the mind, for the emotions. I consider myself an expert of this through the power of practice, not just reading the books on it, right? And I've included some of my methods in this book, the Pranic World book. So if I've talked here about the physical detox, how to detox at the physical level, how to detox at the emotional level, and how to detox at the mental level if you want to lighten up your diet, or just be in a higher energy and increase the power of your manifestation, your focus, and your mind's efficiency, right? We talk about the power of the mind and how to train our mind, but the efficiency of our mind very much depends on the health of our body, and the other way around. But if your body is already hurt or full of toxins or damaged in some way, your mind's capacity to focus and manifest is diminished. So the more you heal your body, the more your mind power will increase. That's what I'm saying. I know, of course, the power of mind over matter, and I've experienced it many, many ways. But I'm also saying that matter, the matter of your body, plays a high impact on your mental body as well, on your mind. So they are interconnected. And this book clearly offers these methods, and also the systems that other people have used to lighten up their diet, go into breatharianism, go into pranic diet, or manifest amazing evolution for their lives. You can find it on Amazon, the book, and it's also in my bio. If you're on Instagram, I'm placing a link on Facebook if you need it. But detox doesn't only come at the physical level. As I said, it's also very important that we detox our emotions, and that's really, really crucial for manifesting. And many people use, for example, mantras and affirmations. I was reading today of a study that has been done on two groups of 1,000 people. One group was given a real and very powerful Tibetan mantra that they would practice for about 5 years, and they would be monitored for the results. And the other group was given a fake mantra, one that was not, validated by any tradition, and they would repeat it for the same amount of time. The groups were people between 60s and 70s, and they were monitored to see the effects that the mantra would have on their minds, on their health, and on their longevity, because it has been noticed or stated that mantras or power words or prayer have certain effects on longevity and health and the general state of the body. It was proven that the group that has repeated the mantra, the true mantra, has already have effects within the 2 years or less of repetition, of practice. So that's just one example of the power of mantras and mastering your mind with words of power or affirmation. But I'm also saying that once the body is cleared, once the emotions are cleared, the power of your affirmation is much more increased, right? It's very different. And what I can also say about affirmations, I also like them, right? I have certain affirmation that I play in my car when I'm driving, just because I like to program my mind with nice things, when I'm not doing anything, right? Driving is sometimes on autopilot, and since I'm not very busy, I like to feed my mind with nice things. So I'm using affirmations. I'm using affirmations for health, for wealth, for well-being, for courage, for, drive and so on. But if you're using affirmations for something and you don't have your subconscious cleared of what could block that manifestation. So you're using affirmation for abundance, but you're afraid of money, or you think the money is the root of all evil, or you've been taught that rich people are bad, or whatever is at your emotional level that might undermine that or hijack that, it will not happen, right? Or there are people who are using affirmation but without clearing their subconscious of opposite negative programming, and their affirmation come true, or they're starting to manifest and they lose everything, or they sabotage that. For example, they want a relationship, they manifest it, but then they start sabotaging it once they have it, because they want to make sure that the emotion that was preventing that relationship to manifest, they want to make sure that it stays in place. It's very weird what I'm saying, where you can look at your life or at other people's life, and you will see that sometimes this happens, or they manifest a large amount of money, winning lottery or winning a great business or whatever, and then they blow it all off to make sure that they stay poor because they have a negative programming around money or abundance that needs to stay in place. It serves them for something. So poverty, it serves them for something. So you need to clear your subconscious in order to be able to truly manifest and maintain the results of your manifestation. And with my work, which is called soul healing, the therapy and coaching that I'm doing, that's what we do. We clear the programming that people have in their minds, in their emotions, that would create negative effects in their lives. Not even knowing, you might have a very hidden program that would block a certain area or more areas of your life. Type yes in the comments if you've discovered such program. I'm willing to know if you are aware of it. And once that program starts to play, it sabotages your whole manifestation thing. So you can contact me in private for therapy and coaching. And what you've heard so far is a webinar that is part of the Pranic process online. So this program of 8 days that we're having here in the Navratri season is meant to upgrade people at the emotional, mental, and spiritual level, and of course at the physical level, and it helps people change their lives or heal aspects of their lives, and it upgrades all levels of our being. So start looking at the link in bio which says Pranic Process Online, and tell us if you want to join us. Start looking at the link that I posted here for the hydrogen water cup that I showed you before. If you are on Instagram, it's not yet in bio, but if you text me, I'll just if you DM me, I'll just send you the link and the discount code for this, because it's really, really powerful. And tell me if you want to be in this program for all 8 webinars. If you don't catch a webinar, you can watch it later, because the whole class is available in video and you have lifetime access for it once you subscribe. And I'm here for you for any questions that you might have related to what we talked about. So just text in the comments if you have any questions. We are 2 more minutes in live on Insta and Facebook. and then we are just with the participants in the webinar who are on Zoom, so you can't you can only watch the whole webinar, and the powerful meditation that we have at the end with the Tibetan bowls and some programming for manifestation and abundance. You can watch it if you join the whole webinar. Just type yes in the comments. We'll include you in the webinar. You can make the payments at the end. And also you can participate in one webinar or all 8 as you decide. So either you participate to the whole program or just the topic of today. So let me know if you feel called to it. As I said, the program called the Pranic Process Online is in bio. It's there for you to see how you can join us. There was an early bird, and there was also a last minute discount. So from today on, you could also join with the last minute discount, because you're basically joining the second and the third webinar. So you can take advantage of that as well if you want to be with us. I welcome you and looking forward to meeting you again, or meeting you later in this webinar. If you have any questions, as I say, I'm still open for 1 or 2 minutes for questions on this topic of manifestation, or any feedback or anything that you would like to add or ask before we complete. Hi Dana, hi Carlos, hi Ravikant, and everyone watching, Amar Sharma, Diekaya, Kiran. Nice to see you all. Thank you for being here. Thanks everyone for joining. We are now preparing for the meditation and more light codes for manifestation. So thanks for joining, and type yes in the comments to be in the whole webinar if you choose so. Big hugs.